Have you ever felt like you're stuck in the loop of doing nothing? Either you're procrastinating to do something or just get distracted by the most random things. That was me. I have always been that guy. For those who couldn't give a shit about my story, the video starts here. Now, where were we? I'm a sack of potatoes. Okay, let's go back in time for a second. I'm 24, born in 1999. And while there were a lot less distractions back then, I could still manage to find creative ways to distract myself. From twigs shaped as guns, rating my pocket insects with delight, and counting how many triangles I can spot on the tiles. The era where distractions were at its lowest, ADHD didn't have the awareness it has today, and YouTube was filled with funny haha cat videos. It was truly challenging to find the help you needed. But now, you've got me, MS Paint Lifehack Advice channel with the same useless advice. They're not useless to me. These are the 7 simple habits that will maximize your productivity. Eat the frog. Eat it. Mark Twain said, if it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. Eating a frog every day sucks, but if you have to do it every day, then why put it off? If you put it off, the whole day you'll be thinking about this dreadful thing you'll have to do eventually. Having fun with your friends, relaxing at a spa, or watching your favorite channel. Kermit will be there, waiting, patiently, haunting you until you do the deed. And in this twisted, sick fantasy, if you were to put off eating that until tomorrow, you will have 2 frogs. And if you were to keep doing that and follow this pattern, eventually you'll have an awful 30 frog mukbang waiting for you at the end of every month. If you were to just eat the frog first thing in the morning, then you wouldn't have to think about it for the rest of the day. Although the quote does say to eat the biggest frog first, in my personal experience, I found it more productive to do the easier task first and leave the harder, longer task for last. This way I don't get overwhelmed with a fat list of things to do. But I have heard it's the opposite for some people, that they find it more productive by doing the hard tasks first. Chances are, given you're watching this video, you have a couple of frogs to eat right now. And one of the main things why that is because, well, YouTube. This hack is basically shooting myself in the foot, given this is my livelihood. Please, sir.
Fuck, and spit on that thing.
YouTube is set up to keep you on the platform as long as possible, recommending video after video. Heck, it probably recommended this very video to you and is going to serve you another one after this one. Everyone tells you to delete all the distracting apps, and I have as well. Out of all people, I know how challenging and unrealistic that is. What if I told you you can take control without deleting the app? This is something I do especially during exam periods. Go on YouTube and click history. Clear all history and pause it. Step step, Bob's your uncle. You now have an empty homepage with nothing to click on. And you'll... Oh my god, shut up! And all you're left with is your subscription feed, which is on a different tab. If you're someone who struggles to start the task in the first place, this trick will do you wonders. The 3-2-1 rule. The moment you catch yourself procrastinating, count down from 3, 2, 1, and without overthinking, take immediate action. Let us try it together. Count with me. 3, 2, I'm counting by myself, aren't I? 1, subscribe! Don't overthink it, just do it. Did you do it? How dare you? Go back and say you're sorry. The Purge. By clearing your workspace of anything unnecessary, you're not just starting up, but you're giving your mind some breathing room. A clean and organized environment makes it so much easier to concentrate, because your brain isn't being bombarded with visual distractions. Reference. Forgot what I was saying. Anyway, this is my desk. Excuse the gaping hole in my table. So there's nothing on the desk for me to get distracted with. Also, these brownies are so f***ing fire. I made them. The do something principle. A lot of us sit around waiting for motivation to kick in, and sometimes that motivation just never comes. So instead of waiting for motivation to kick in, just do something. It doesn't have to be the main task that you are procrastinating to do. It can be simple as opening a document, organizing your notes, or trying one of these. It's so good. Once you started, the momentum builds. And suddenly, I just realized that bit was so sus. And suddenly, motivation begins to follow. The hardest part is always getting started, but once you cross that line, everything becomes easier. Take my last video for example. I got f***ing shit on. My motivation was at an all-time low. I didn't want to write another script, but I just got started anyway. Started with, have you ever felt, and the rest of the words just came naturally. Look, I'm not diagnosed with ADHD, but I sure feel like I have it, and no doubt a lot of you feel the same. ADHD, no ADHD, I can't concentrate. That's better. Lately, music had a huge part in keeping me locked in. You know when you get into that flow and feel like nothing can stop you? I recently started using Brain FM, a science-backed music streaming site that helps you unlock your creative potential and keep you in deep work. To avoid getting copyrighted, here's an uncanny imitation of my favorite track to unlock my creative potential. Pomodoro technique. This might not be for everyone, but for me personally, I work way more efficient when using the Pomodoro technique. What is the Pomodoro technique? Good question. First, you choose a task you want to work on, then you set a timer for 25 minutes and work on that task with your full attention. This 25-minute session is called a Pomodoro, named after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer that inspired the method. When the timer goes off, you take a short break, about 5 minutes. During this break, step away from your work, stretch, grab a snack, or take a quick walk. After the break, you start another 25-minute Pomodoro. Once you completed 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, usually around 15 to 30 minutes. This helps your brain recharge and prevents mental fatigue. And what I love about Brain FM is that it has a Pomodoro feature built in. Click on the timer on the top right, go to intervals, select your desired work and rest time, and that's about it. And then you start. Use the link in the description to claim your 30-day free trial. Now with that being said, I'm signing off with an edit of Lewis Lit. They know I'm a big boss.